Hi, I'm Susan Culp, and my son's name is Max, and this is his why story. When we found out we were expecting Max, he was wanted and loved way before he arrived. We knew in utero that Max was going to be born with Down syndrome and some subsequent heart issues. Later, he was diagnosed with attention deficit and hyperactivity, so we knew that that was in our plate as well. And he was born with a mild to moderate hearing loss. He had 9 sets of eustachian tubes, but those eustachian tubes and all of those procedures delayed us from being able to be in water, which was someplace that he really loved from a sensory perspective. But his medical team, as he got older, really wanted him back in the pool. And by the time that it was, we were ready to get him in the pool and the ENT had cleared him for that, he had developed a fear, even to the point of phobia, that he was afraid of the water. And I looked around. I was blessed to find the Central YMCA, made the phone call, and luckily was able to get Amy Basco on the phone. She said, listen, I think the Y can help, and let's get him started. We were signing up based on a time slot availability and who was there. And Max always did his best with those teachers, but in the background was Ashley. She would be lifeguarding, or she'd be on the deck walking around, and she would notice things about Max.
My role at the Lake County Y is I am the aquatics coordinator. I have been there for 13 years. I have been involved with the Y since I was about 10, taking swimming lessons.
Their chemistry was undeniable.
The first time I met Max was being told a little bit about him and his background with Amy Basco and trying to help the other instructors that were working with him. But then when it was my turn to have that one-on-one, I knew it was the start of a good friendship between Mom and me along with Max. He was very scared, but I knew that I think we were the best partners together to help him overcome those fears.
She had this knack with him, and not everybody, when it comes to kiddos with special needs, not everyone has that passion and that gift. And Ashley had a way of acknowledging the fear that was in Max. He never wanted to go beyond like 3 feet. He never wanted to go underwater. And she had this way of chunking it down into the smallest steps. And although at the time he'd be saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, suddenly she'd be saying, Max, you just did it. And he'd be like, oh yeah, I just did it. How did that happen? I didn't realize that I could do that.
He overcame so many fears, and now he knows how to be safe in the water and can work on gaining his confidence and his own skills to know what he can do.
He began to trust her in ways that allowed him to take risks.
You have to have, I feel like that's that right little connection that he fits into your piece of the puzzle. He'll talk to certain people, but it won't be that same connection that he'll have with certain instructors.
To see that relationship blossom was tremendous benefit from my side, sitting on the deck and watching him do things that he wouldn't normally do for just anybody was really special. She is an incredible human being.
I think with my end of working with Max and having my educational background and coaching swim team a little bit, I had to mesh those two together to have that strong side, but then also that compassionate side.
Max had been a scout since 2nd grade, and it was always in the background that, if you want to be an Eagle Scout, you need either a swimming, hiking, or biking merit badge. And my husband and I would look at each other and we'd quickly say, well, maybe hiking and biking is in our future. And Ashley was like, oh no, he's gonna be able to get that swimming merit badge.
I knew he could do it, and I've always known that in any kid that you have, it's in them, you just have to help them realize what they can do.
Not only did he want his swimming merit badge, but he wanted his life-saving merit badge. I brought Ashley the life-saving merit badge and I said, do you think we could work on life-saving? And she said, well, I'm not sure, but we're gonna give it a go. And I went into summer camp with Max this past year, and he had a really, really special week. Max earning swimming and life-saving in the same week at summer camp is sort of like, it's success by design. It's when preparation meets opportunity, and he had practiced and he had prepared so beautifully, and he was so confident that getting in there, it wasn't new. And that's the two of them. That's the relationship and the work that they had done together. And it made his heart soar to the moon when that week ended. You know, Ashley, you guys did it. This is a remarkable accomplishment for any typical child to walk away in the same week with those 2 merit badges is remarkable, but then you kind of throw in all of the history and the medical and the diagnoses and the complications that Max is, you know, needed to overcome to accomplish it, and it's a home run. It's really, it's a remarkable story, and we're so grateful to the Y and to Ashley to help make it happen. Now, last night, at a beautiful Court of Honor, Max was awarded the merit badges that he earned over the summer. He was invited to be the candle lighter while the older scouts started to read some of the script of the Court of Honor ceremony, and they were talking about what it takes to be a good scout. And at every element that they would cover, Max needed to light a candle. And it turns out that he wasn't coordinated enough to flick the Bic, so without hesitation, Max turns around to one of the scouts and he goes, well, here, you do the candle lighting, I'll read the script. Looks at the script, has never seen it before, and he's standing in front of maybe 35 or 40 people, and he reads it cold, with confidence, no practice, and without stuttering or hesitation. And we looked and kind of high-fived each other and like, that's the benefit of that relationship, that confidence that now every time he gets afraid of something and he says, I'm not sure I can do it, I go back to saying, Max, remember the pool? You did it, and you earned 2 of those hardest merit badges, and yep, you might have to plan it, you might have to practice it, but it absolutely is in your reach if you really want it bad enough. It's important for people to see that what happens at the Y isn't just something that happens in a pool or a gym or stays at that place when you walk out into the parking lot. The skills are so transferable. And my husband and I, experienced that firsthand at the Court of Honor. And I can guarantee you we are going to see dividends and repeated experiences where Max's confidence, his bravery to try something new that he might be afraid of, it's just going to continue on. It'll always be a building block for the next success. And what is Max's great accomplishment? We don't know yet because the story hasn't written. He's only 14 years old, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be really bright.